Episode 9. So, last episode saw the party return to the keep, and lots of discussion of rules, an introduction of a new spell mechanic to try and help counter some of the reluctance that the use of magic and magical mishaps naturally brings. This episode, the party returns to the hole in the oak, ready to continue exploring.
What do you want to do?
3. Unfinished business.
What about the unfinished businesses in the Caves of Chaos and the unfinished business in Stonehouse?
Well, as soon as you say it like that, yeah, it could be anything.
Do we have a goal? What do we think is going to be sensible to do?
We're
What
going
we're
to
trying to achieve?
We're going to get our chalice back.
Your chalice. That's an interesting
Yeah.
choice of words.
I thought we were keen to go over the bridge.
Yeah, and that.
I think we ended up in that room just trying to find the bridge, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we assumed that would be the bridge.
Got that well, did it?
No, I don't think it was the bridge.
The bridge to death.
Okay, so you're going to head back to the oak.
My vote.
I want to go back to the oak,
Yeah.
finish it off.
Let's do it then. Why not?
Okay, so you make your way back up into the forest. Don't encounter anything. Again, got lucky on your roll there, so no bears, no unicorns, no nothing. Make it back to the oak. I'm going to go straight down in. Is that true?
I think.
I'm going to say yes unless someone stops me.
Oh yes. You want to look out for that wizard.
So what's the plan while I'm doing that?
I wanted to go to the carpet.
Let's see if you
I
can.
wanted to go to the carpet. Okay, so you can head up to the carpet. As you're halfway there, going through the tunnel, like the wind gets up and there's this gust of wind and it blows through. And I guess have you got any non-magical light?
Fancy.
So yeah, it's
magic.
just this sudden gust of wind comes out of nowhere and sort of blow. Who's the smallest? Fancy probably blows Fancy over.
Probably
Bug.
fancy, yeah.
And bug as well, probably.
Bug small, yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of get blown off your feet by this gust of wind.
Does it feel like just wind, or is it something invisible passing it? Seems odd.
Feels like wind.
Okay.
And then you make your way up into the room with the carpet as you desired. What do you do next? It
Right.
appears as you left it.
I think the first thing to do would be to try and move it.
See if you can touch it, I guess. It might just be completely an illusion.
Yeah, so if Angry moves around this side and tries to pull the carpet his way.
Your character's name, how do you pronounce it?
It's obvious.
It should be an right? Like Asalor. Is that right?
AE should be pronounced like an E, shouldn't it?
He's deeply yes, exactly. He's deeply offended by the.
It's an A, I think.
It's Isalor.
Isalor, okay.
I hate it when people get my name wrong.
Your name's
Unacceptable.
Oh, like
Name's weird.
it's Greek rather than.
Yeah, I don't know any languages where it would be pronounced As.
Yeah, in Old English there was an A letter. There's actually like six.
Ah,
There were 6 letters more in the alphabet in English than there are today.
That makes sense. Yeah, because it's weirdly tied to like Old English and Scandinavian and all sorts of weird stuff.
It tells you how to pronounce the A, like how you have accents in other languages.
There's a weird thing where there's a guy on YouTube does Old English stuff, and obviously I don't want to go too much into detail about that. But one of my mates who's from Denmark, he watched that video where the guy's talking in Old English, and he says he could actually understand about 60% of it because it's so
That's
similar.
quick, yeah,
It's crazy. I was confused by it.
it's awesome. I like the there used to be like a D with a line through the tail, and I think it's the same letter as in Welsh when you have 2 D's next to each other, and it's to do with because there used to be like TH was a letter. I can't put had a symbol, and then there was this D which was another TH, because there are 2 ways to voice TH in English. There's like the and the, like in my name it's like Gareth, like the, right? And then there's like the, and so the D or double D in Welsh is like the, whereas the TH is like the. Yeah, but there were like, I think there were like 6 other letters, and AE was one of them, but they've all gone, which
It's
I
very
think
weird.
is probably stupid, because it'd probably be better if they were still around, to be honest, because it would make it less confusing. But anyway.
I mean, we didn't spell it Garrod, so
Yeah, but then if it was Gareth like that, then it would be like Gareth instead of Gareth.
crazy.
Anyway,
Interesting though.
sorry, I was reading this article about it the other day. It was really interesting. We've got massively sidetracked. You're gonna look at who's looking under the carpet.
Are we going to try and move it or just lift it?
Angry was going to try and see if he can put it in his direction, sort of thing, if it would move at all.
Okay, yeah, Bull is joining you, so
Yes, it moves a little bit. Yeah.
So it will move, and you can pick up like the edges of it. Okay.
Is there anything underneath it? You see underneath it?
Yeah, you lift it up and look underneath, you can see the edge of like a circle is drawn on the floor, and there are lots of like runes or symbols that you don't understand that have been
Right.
concealed by the rug.
So it's probably not the carpet itself that does the.
All right.
But Angry wouldn't know that.
That to some extent solves the mystery of the carpet, I guess.
Yeah, so we can't take the carpet with us as a handy teleport into the.
No. All right.
I'm afraid not.
Maybe we could make a
I know
note.
that's disappointing.
We could make a note of the runes though, and see if we could use them.
Yeah, like a kind of cargo cult kind of thing. Yeah.
Take a picture of it with your smartphone, whatever the medieval equivalent of a smartphone is.
Smartphone.
Who's our scribe?
Do you have any parchment?
I do not. No.
Well, surely the bard would be the scribe.
Yeah, he doesn't have a pen or paper though, so maybe he can memorize it.
Turn it into a song.
Yeah.
Right. Now we're done that bit. Which way do we want to go?
Bridge.
I think
Yeah.
Link's gonna have a quick look around here to see if there's anything. If those things are still in this little room, they've still got the little jars with things in.
Cool. Before that happens, you hear some footsteps coming down the corridor to the south of you. Several different pairs of feet.
It sound like loud or
Not loud now. You had to guess you'd say they were small feet.
shit, guys, the tree
No.
babies.
Again with the tree.
Probably gnomes in it.
Which direction was that?
South.
South. Has anyone down there got any torches or light or anything?
Yep, just about to turn on.
Okay.
Do we want to kind of like hide, turn the lights off?
You see like some torchlight reflecting on because the wall, the corridor to the south of you curves gently to the left. You can see some torchlight reflected on the wall coming from round the corner out of sight. You can see it's moving. It's being carried by somebody. It's probably a torch.
Right. Okay. Should we kind of set up some kind of ambush, turn the lights off, and see?
Yeah, we could see who it is, but
So as you're kind of preparing to do that, you can tell it's heading away from you. The footsteps are getting quieter. The torchlight is gone.
was the torchlight around here? So
Yeah,
they've
that's
clearly
right.
gone.
Because you can see up this
Southwest.
curve of this wall here, but you don't have a line of sight down to the T junction, to the intersection, so you can't see the way in from the entrance. So yeah, they must have gone to the southeast of you, heading the other way.
So what are we thinking? We follow or continue where we are?
Continue, I
We
think.
haven't seen this area at all here, have we? We could go in that way for a change,
Where?
just to explore it. This bit, I'm pinging it.
Pete is indicating this bit over here, I think.
Oh God, yeah, right, okay.
So that's if you go east from the entrance instead of north
Yeah, drink us up.
into the big chasm.
Or we could just go the way we normally go.
We just carry on. But yeah, these footsteps are diminishing. So if you want to interact with them, then you need to hurry, or they will be gone.
Nah.
Wasn't round here like lots of roots and stuff and difficult to get through?
Yeah, we burned through it though.
Like cattle the way
Okay.
through it and stuff. Yeah.
Maybe we should investigate the mirror room.
With the
That was the thing.
statue.
Yeah,
So before we do that, Did you say you wanted to do something with the other room?
I did.
I
I
wanted
kind
to
of
see if
cut
there
you
was
off
any.
just because there was something emergent.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if those jars were still in here with those little figures in there.
Oh yeah, so you look in there and everything seems to be untouched. It's as you left it. There's all the little jars with tiny little people in the bottom of them. There's the bottle of liquid with the cork at the top that you never had the stones to open. Everything is as you left it. Yeah, it's like a green bottle with a dark liquid in it. Do you interact with any of these things, or did you just have a little look?
So what happened? So I think I'm getting a little bit more curious about it. So if I like open one of the tops to is it a jar or is it like that the things are in little people?
The people are in jars, so there's like lots and lots of jars. Like take you a while to count them. Basically, there's so many. Each one has a tiny person in.
What happens if I like tap the side? You said they were like asleep before, didn't you? They couldn't seem to
I
respond.
think you examined one before, and they appeared to be dead or deeply asleep. They were unresponsive. So it's all on like an ornate table, and then there's that, and then the bottle with half filled with dark liquid, which is stoppered shut, and that's it.
You know that old saying, curiosity killed the link.
If I open the top to one of the jars, anything happen? I pick the nearest one.
Yeah, nothing happens. It's just this tiny little person. They're proportioned just like a human, but just really looking down at this. It looks like a balding middle-aged man, basically wearing like leather clothes, nothing like Nancy or anything, like a blacksmith maybe or something like that.
Does anything happen if I give them a little like tickle or something?
No, nothing happened. Will you open the bottle? That's what I want to know.
Do you want Bug to give it a go so you're not doing it with someone so valuable? Do you know what I
Can do
mean?
if you want. I'm kind of
Just gonna
no.
better it up a bit.
Well, I mean, Link's quite sensible anyway. Sort of a bit wary to like just neck a bottle of random liquid or something. I was thinking about what just sort of Link was sort of thinking about whether, just as an experiment, could just try pouring some liquid in one of the jars or something and seeing if anything happens. See if we can discern a little bit more
Okay.
about it. You said it's like, can I
So you
tell if
remove
it's?
the cork? You remove the cork.
Yeah, go on then. Why not?
So you pop the cork open and you kind of lift it up. Sort of, I guess you peer down the end and sort of just have a little look at the liquid inside. And you notice that there's paper like stuck inside the neck of the bottle, like all like scrunched up and like rolled up like into a cylinder shape and stuck inside the bottle underneath the cork. So you can't see down into the liquid.
Okay, so if I take the can I take the paper out?
So yeah, it's a bit tricky. It takes a little while to kind of get it out without poking
popping
it,
it in there,
accidentally
yeah.
poking it in. But you manage it, and you've got two pieces of paper. The first one appears to be a magic scroll of some kind. Like you can't. I think you don't have the ability to understand it. Like
Yeah.
it means nothing to you, but it has a kind of. It's like you've seen sort of magic scrolls before, and you get the feel that it's a magic scroll, but you can't make heads or tail of it. The second one seems to be a page that's ripped out of like a book or something, and it's a story. It seems to be a story about somebody who journeyed to a world of like tiny people. So it's a bit like Gulliver's Travels or something, right?
Is that it? That's
And that's so there's that, and then you can now see into the bottle and kind of you can smell it. It smells vinegary, and it's probably like really old red wine.
Okay, thank you. I guess I'll take the paper with me.
Okay.
Did you say that Isilor is a cleric?
He's a cleric. Yep.
Okay, so that will still not be any use to him.
Yeah, he's not a mage. So.
Yeah. Okay. Scroll from little people room. Just making a note.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd have a mage somewhere so we could like try out the spell scroll stuff. There we are. It just doesn't feel right to me having like zealots doing like spell scrolls, and I feel like zealots currently. I think that zealots, like as players, I feel like you value zealots a lot more than I feel like mages are at the bottom of the rung. It's like I feel like you're valuing the other classes a lot more, and that mages are like not really doing it. So I felt like they needed like a little bit of a boost, whereas I think zealots are already kind of useful. So it's kind of just
Yeah, I mean,
my reasoning behind it. It's like a balance patch has been made. To the game, basically. We've got to
mages are always good.
Got to figure out the new meta.
Cool. Okay, I think that sort of done for now, really, in here.
Okay, and then Rob, did you say that Bull was going in to examine the mirror room in some way?
Yes. Doesn't feel like Bull's kind of thing, but he was there.
And what is he doing in this room? So in this room, there's a big statue on a pedestal of like what appears to be a hunter. Got a bow. He's got two hounds at his feet. So it's a big stone statue, a hunter and two hounds. And either side, the north and south walls facing each other are two mirrors.
So the lizard men mentioned them, didn't they? They're wizard business.
Sorry, so what was that, Mark?
The lizard men mentioned that they were like wizard business. Someone's made that note.
Okay, yeah.
Gareth, can you repeat what you said about the statue? There's what one side of it looks like what, and the other side looks like.
So there's a statue of a hunter with a bow. There are two hounds at his feet. There are two mirrors, one on the south wall, one on the north wall, facing each other, and facing the statue.
I wondered which way does the statue point? Does it point? Which way is the hunter looking?
He's looking towards you as you enter the room from the carpet room. So as you go into that mirror room, he's looking at you.
I wonder if you
I just wondered.
look at the
You
mirror.
could turn it so.
What was that, Bob?
Well, Fancy's going to look at the mirror and it's going to say, "Hail, hunter."
Okay, he's gonna look in the mirror.
Fancy.
So Fancy looks in the mirror, but instead, so he can see himself, like his body, but instead of his face, he can see the face. He recognizes the face in the mirror, and it's the face from the statue, face of the hunter, and it just has like it's just staring at him with this like insane, intense look, and staring and kind of Fancy's getting drawn into it for a moment, and then all of you faintly hear the barking and baying of hounds and hunting horn sounds far off, and then it's back. It's just Fancy's reflection.
Did you guys hear that?
That's how.
I saw the hunter's face on my face. He didn't look happy.
I wonder if the mirrors keep him trapped in there.
But you guys heard the
sort of
howling,
stuff.
right?
We all hear it, even the ones
Yeah.
outside of the.
Everybody
Wow.
heard it, but it sounded distant to everybody, like not like you couldn't really locate where it's coming.
Maybe we shouldn't stay in this room.
I'm just wondering if the end of that line down here saying for your own safety do not look in the mirrors.
Welcome to the realm of something, the imperishable. Please await something in the provided something for your own safety. Do not something. Yeah, who knows? You're also the room with all the faces on the walls told you not to disturb the hunter as well.
Azura the Imperishable.
Fancy wasn't. That's down here in the south.
Okay, what's next?
Fancy wasn't part of that group, so he didn't hear that part about not disturbing the hunter.
Yeah, you'd think you'd all have passed on by now, though. That was like days ago. That was like the first time you entered. I think you've been back to the keep twice since then.
Yeah, so we probably blamed everything there. Okay.
It was about 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, what's next?
To the
Oh, there's
bridge.
just been a lot of foreshadowing.
did you want to try and go over that pit? Pete, I know you were saying earlier.
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
No, never do I. So which way do we want to head then?
Yes,
The tree babies.
You want to head back to the tree babies?
Not to them, past them.
At the site of our great victory.
Yeah, Vic,
All the great
back.
feats.
that's the word I'd use.
Okay, so you're going to head east through the spider arch and over to the...
Who's
hall
been
of
adding all the arrows? Is that?
That was
You're
me.
always there.
I thought it might be. Amazing. May need to burn the stump, great root to take the chalice. That may be true. Yeah, that is true. I think that might be the way.
You've been writing plans on there, have you?
Yeah, I had fun trying to transfer it all to the map layer before the game began.
Sorry about that.
Otherwise it just becomes a nightmare because you keep trying to move your pieces and you're just moving some random like drawing or something.
That explains why I can't move any of my old drawings.
Yeah, I try to move them to the map layer, otherwise they get in the way. But if you ever want to change anything, then I can move it back. It becomes a real pain in the ass when you try and select the token and you accidentally selected a bit of the wall or something.
So I guess we could decide whether we want to go back to the tree baby bit, try and find the bridge, which I think is this way. I don't know if anyone can see where I'm pinging.
Yeah, it's
That's
part
why.
of it. I'm thinking it's
Or
tree babies.
or whether we want to go to the route.
You mean fight through the gnomes again?
It's that thing of like I think that Pete sort of suggested. It's like, well, if we take out the root, then that could actually, well, I mean, it might basically enrage all the little gnomes, and we could end up like inundated with them. But it might be the way to get the chalice, perhaps.
We maybe could try and go in a different way. There is the alternative. Because they all ran away to the south, didn't they?
Yeah.
I was thinking if we wanted to try and get back in the same way that we went in before, we could use like Bug and maybe new character to walk up to the door as they're not known by the gnomes. So they might still be able to get entry, but the rest of the party they'll probably recognise and go, you can't come in here.
Oh, which one are we talking about? Are we talking about this door or this
Yeah.
door? Yeah. The only problem with that is they're still going to try and kill them. They
Yeah.
haven't changed their
I was
agenda.
thinking,
though.
I was thinking, like, if we could at least get the door open and we were going in, then the rest of the party could, like, charge from there or something.
I mean, we try too hard to put the door down, surely.
Yeah, we could break the door down, I suppose. I'm still keen to go and have a look at the bridge anyway, really.
Yeah,
Go over
Yep.
go somewhere new.
Lead the
Build up
way.
something new.
So you're going to go east?
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
to the bridge.
try and find the bridge
Or where was
past the baby room.
Okay, so as you go into the chamber with all the king statues, so who's in the lead going into there?
I guess angry with Fancy behind him, bringing the light, and then
So you catch sight of some more of the gnomes with another unconscious gnome going through the doorway. Just as you enter the room, they're just leaving the room over here,
oi!
and they slam the door shut behind them.
Oh, he's off.
Just as you enter the room and shout "Oi!" they're like "Ka-chunk."
They were taking another gnome.
We can outrun them because they're carrying a thing.
So
We get in the door.
do we want to try and confront them, or do we want to continue what we're doing?
I know, it feels like we've had 2 hints from the GM to go that way now, doesn't it?
Yeah, besides it's funny.
At this point, I'm just gonna remind you that the random encounters are random.
I only said it feels like.
It's
That's
really
the
up to angry. Is he?
I mean, the word told us.
Is angry just impulsively going to run after this guy? Is that it? Like a dog when you throw a stick. That's gone.
Well, he's going to start, but he can be persuaded if you don't want to go that way because he's he's not just come out of a fight and he's not like just just smash everything at the moment. He's still angry, but not quite as angry as he was.
Well, you have to choose quick because they're leaving.
Yeah, go on. I'm not going to stop you anyway.
Well, in that case, he's going to charge through the door.
I mean, it's not just me. It's everyone else's decision, I guess, if they want to. I just don't want to stop you.
So you see them ahead in the corridor. They look over their shoulders at you and try to quicken their pace. Do you pursue them?
Yeah, Angry's going to run.
Okay. Why don't you do like a dexterity check to see if you can reach them before they reach the doors and go through them? Because they're clearly running to the door at the other end of the corridor. Okay.
Oh, nice.
18, yeah.
So it's going to be pretty close though because they got a head start. So you're going to catch up to them probably over here. And is everyone else following?
I think he's going to try and
I guess so.
a bit, but
So
he's not a fighter.
Yeah, boy. Oh,
Okay, so everyone else is probably just lagging a little behind Angry. So when Angry catches up to a couple of them, like they're all carrying this like unconscious gnome. I feel like it's like a bit like pole bearers, you know, like they got like an arm and a leg each, and they're
Yeah.
hoisted up over their shoulders, and they're all running along like this. And you catch up to the back two, who are desperately trying to get away. What does Angry do?
He just kind of grabs one of them and just throws him down.
He tries to just grab one of them and knock them to the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, like I feel like because they're like halflings, I don't really want to make you roll endless dice, so I think you can do that. You just knock them down. That's fine. It makes sense. So you knock one of the gnomes to the ground, and the others struggle and kind of drop the unconscious gnome, and then just continue to one of them just says leave him, and then they just keep running. What does Link do?
I think he's going to sort of like maybe sort of stand sort of with Angry and sort of make sure that's just maybe stop Angry from bolting after them. I think for now.
What is Angry trying to do?
I mean, he'd be chasing, trying to grab another one.
He's going to try and grab another one.
Yeah, he's
So Link tries to stop him. What does Angry do? Does he allow himself to be restrained, or does he continue
And
anyway?
he's going to sort of say no, they could trap you in there or something. I think Link's going to sort of say.
Yeah, he's gonna I think, allow himself because we've saved the gnome.
Okay,
As far as
yeah.
we know, we've saved the gnome. So at least we can find out what they're trying to
Angry
do
he's
with him.
spending too much time of getting a proper moral compass like Fancy these days.
So is it
Wearing off.
ever since he and Link swapped minds, right? Like swapped personalities. They got like a something. They've both been changed permanently
Yeah,
or
So
something. and
something's been left over in each of them.
they're also they've like they're slightly closer, like friendship wise than before or something.
Yeah,
There's
been
like
been through stuff. Yeah.
like a simpatico or something.
He's
I
never
like it.
been like
Okay.
just kill everything all the time character.
Yeah,
But when he gets
It's just the way you said it. Oh, you saved him now. So won't you?
yeah, isn't he? Yeah. Anyway, so these gnomes go through the door and slam it behind them, and you catch a glimpse of like there's light behind the door. There are other gnomes in the room. And one of the other gnomes kind of has seen him coming through the vision slit, opens the door just as they reach, and then slams it shut straight afterwards. And you hear like a bar being rammed home behind the door.
Okay, so Angry's gonna drag the one we knocked over.
That one, as you say, is unconscious, or is it?
He's not unconscious. He's just on the ground, so he's trying to crawl away. But I'm assuming Angry's like restraining him.
Yeah,
or something.
Angry's gonna kind of pick him up and bring him into this room here.
Okay.
Hopefully someone will
Yeah, there's like so many of you. I feel like you can overpower one
Yeah.
tiny
I
gnome.
I think Link's going to try and grab this one as well, and just kind of. This one's unconscious, is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to sling him over his shoulder and take him or her in
Because
him
at least
as well.
this way, if we're in this room, if the gnomes do try to mount a rescue, more of us can fight.
Exactly. Yeah, numbers. We want to have the space for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you bring these two gnomes in here.
So just fancy will have a look at the unconscious one. It's like, is he able to revive him?
Why don't you do it in like a medicine check? Let's see if you can
I mean, if he
figure it out.
uses stabilize cantrip, would that make a difference? Or
No, he's not. He's not injured. He's not lost hit points. He's not injured. Like he doesn't need stabilizing you. He doesn't need suturing or stabilizing. So no. But you can do a medicine check to try to help him out. I think. In fact, no. Fuck it. You don't. You're like the most expert healer we've got here, right? He's been like drugged basically. He's probably gonna be out for a little bit.
right.
You've got like I think Fancy's got some remedies and things on him. He can probably bring him around in a while. It's going to be a few turns, like maybe an hour or something.
Okay. Fair enough. So I guess we want to question this one we've captured down here.
Yeah, so the other one's she's looking warily around at all of you, and she's got like dark skin and green hair, and like it's like her hair is like grass almost. It's like it's plants growing out of her head.
What's your name?
Ah, I forgot to preload the name generator.
Oh no.
Asking the tough questions.
It is, yeah. Never ask a GM what the name of a character is. It's like, I'm terrible at names. I'm starting to get this like complex about them recently. Well, I'm like, I don't know. So she says, "I'm Nell. Nell.
Nice to meet you now. So, what exactly are you and your friends doing with this other name?
We taking him to the great root, the wise root, the knower of all things,
Be
very
judged.
powerful root.
Huh, great route.
Where's the name come from?
Oh, the great stump. Sorry, Karen. Where does the name come from?
This one. The
Um,
one that's unconscious.
From the unbelievers.
And who are these unbelievers? Where are they?
They do not worship the stump.
That's not an answer to the question. That's
Where
just
do
a
they-
different answer.
From the above world.
Are they close to the Great Oak?
Not far.
How do you know of them?
There were tales long ago. We were one people, but they did not listen to the wisdom of the stump. Now we are sworn enemies. They must all be judged by the stump.
Is it your
Because-
goal to have
And she's
all
like,
of them?
because he is a filthy, surface traitor, and like starts trying to get to him. Does anyone stop her?
Yeah, I think
she,
Link's going to step
she,
in and
rushes
grab
the
them.
gnome.
Yeah, I think Link's going to step in and just grab them.
He's like getting all wild and sort of almost foaming at the mouth, basically. She really doesn't like this guy.
So, what are you trying to go out there, find all of these unbelievers, and then bring them all here one by one?
All will be judged.
How many of you are there actually in here?
Many, lots.
What happens to those?
They will rescue me soon.
What happens to those who are judged?
If they are worthy, they will join us, or be allowed to go about their business in service of the stump,
And if they are not worthy?
then they will not.
So you kidnap these gnomes, you drug them, and then you brainwash them to believe in your dump god, or you dispose of them. I take it, like you did, Moz.
I love it.
I'm loving the drama.
Yeah. Nell just looks at you in disgust. Looks angry in disgust. You're the protagonist. You have to protag.
Angry's just gonna slap him to the floor.
Oh,
He's just gonna slap her to the floor.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
Three babies' name. Who are they? Do they come from the stump?
and he's gonna start walking off in disgust.
So yeah, it's gonna take her a moment to recover after being like bitch slapped down to the ground. Spits out blood on the floor. He says, "I know nothing of the three babies. We leave them alone. They have nothing to do with us."
And what's at the river? Do you go near the river?
Yes, fish. There's many fish in the river.
But don't you come up against some of the invisible lizards?
The lizards are always getting in the way. Yes.
How do you avoid them?
Spray them. We have our leader has found a way to discourage the lizards. There is a spray we can use on them.
Didn't we have that spray?
Yeah, I think Neil goes, "What do you mean, one of these?"
Yes, that is the one that you stole from us. But we have more, thankfully. Praise the stump. The stump provides.
How does the stump provide? How do you get anything from the stump?
You
Do
ask too many
commune with the river?
questions.
Really?
I'll ask whatever I want. You're not with your friends now. Tell us about the stump.
Tell us.
What do you want to know about the stump? The
Everything.
stump is wise. It leads us.
How does it lead you?
How does gnome lead rat? How does mighty hero lead? Do you have a god? A false god, obviously, but do you have one?
The greater stump.
I'm not a religious man, but some of my friends are.
Who leads you?
I think we all lead each other.
How do you lead each other?
We're all driven by the same purpose.
Then you have answered your own question. Now let me go.
Not yet. What will you get? How do you? Where does the spray come from? How do you?
I don't know. I'm not privy to that particular right.
We want information from you. Give us some information. Give us more information, and we'll let you go.
I've told you everything.
I guess in that case, I'll have to leave you to my angry friend. No. Okay. Angry.
Hmm?
I think she wants to talk to you again.
Yes. What do you have to say?
What are you jesting now?
Yeah,
She's like, I have nothing to say to you.
he's gonna give the gnome a kick. Anything to say now?
Yes. Hail the stump. The stump will preserve me. And then she like starts making like some weird like prayer thing under her breath, like a language you can't understand. Just reciting something over and over again.
I think like Fantasy is just gonna say, "That's enough. I don't think you're gonna get any more out of the gnome." Angry's just like, it's babbling, and walks off in disgust again.
Okay, so you like terrorize this gnome. Now what? What's next?
We're gonna.
What do we want to do with it?
It. With this, what do we want to do with this inanimate object that we tortured?
We
Yeah.
could take them both out. We could actually take them both outside and try and find where this other gnome is from, because then we would both have rescued one of them and brought them a prisoner. Get us in favour. Any thoughts?
No, this is the second one of these gnomes that we've seen dragged in here in the last few days. So I'm not sure giving them one of the gnomes as a prisoner is, because they seem fairly easily taken.
But it might be, yeah, it might just be good to kind of they might know what sort of questions to ask it, or know a bit more that they might be able to tell us more about them or something.
Okay, so you want to return this gnome to the surface, see if you can find.
Ask him where he's from, yeah.
Because then you might be able to get their help as well with with the names that live in here. Might be something they can tell us to help, or some reinforcements to bring with them. They might not have very
We
many.
can arm the gnomes.
Yeah.
Have a gnome on gnome combat. I like that idea actually.
Chaos.
Take the gnomes up to the surface and try and find the surface gnomes.
They might be able to give us some more information about these ones as well, like things they might want, or like that we could use to help get to the. I don't know what's our end game here. I mean, we obviously want some loot. It's interesting that they said they'd leave the tree babies alone, so it might indicate that, although they might not. Yeah, I don't know whether they would be related to the root, to the stump, or not really. It's could be a bit more magical. What do other people think?
Not really sure, to be honest, about the whole gnome business. Anyway, I feel like it would be a good idea to try and get in there and burn the stump, but
Might need a lot of fire. It's potentially a very big thing to burn, isn't it?
How many torches do we
yeah,
have?
I've got some torches.
Did we have that quicksilver? Could burn that. There's probably only a small amount there, isn't it? What will quicksilver do to tree though?
Nothing.
Did you have Quicksilver, or did you just see it on the list, the shopping list thing?
I just saw it on the list.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's for. Like, I'm not sure.
Check if it's hot somewhere.
Like, is there any like myths or lore or fantasy stuff about Quicksilver and what it does that I'm not aware of? I don't know. Doesn't mean anything to me.
I've got a feeling it did used to be done as a heat, something to do with healing, but I don't think it ever actually worked. Like, look at this, it's funny and it's metal and it runs.
Yeah, must be healing. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. No, we don't have any anyway, so it's just irrelevant. Yeah, so what are you going to do? Are you going to go and look for the gnome town and take these people with you? Or are you going to... Wait, what's the plan? What's next?
I think this could be quite interesting to find a bit out about them.
No one else seems to be responding. I don't know.
If we have those gnomes, it's probably the time to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm happy with returning them to the surface, trying to find the surface gnomes and letting them know what's going on, why their people are going missing.
Yeah, they might not even realise what's going on. They might even not know who's taking them or anything. So
Maybe they'll reward us.
exactly, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, where can we get gold? It's like,
Yeah, I'm happy with that plan. Just if everyone else wants to go with it.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. Haven't layer problems again. Okay, so you're all going to leave, go to the surface. Loading screen. Okay, so going to wait for this gnome to wake up and then speak to him. And what have you done with Nell and restrained?
Yeah,
Tied her up or anything?
I reckon
Or,
probably.
we've got a few thieves. We've got loads of rope, haven't we?
don't know. Do you have any rope? I assume you do.
What's
Someone must.
one of the things you have in a thief kit? You might have like shackles or something.
I think they're in sundries. Did you roll for sundries? After a little while, the gnome, so Fancy's able to wake the gnome up, the mystery gnome, who is a male gnome he's kind of dressed more like a traditional garden gnome, like with a red hat and everything. And he's got like a big snowy white beard. Comes awake with a start and looks around. He says, where am I?
You were kidnapped.
By you? And he's like kind of edges away a little.
See that?
No, not by us.
See that gnome over there? Her and her kind kidnapped you. They were going to take you to a stump that they worship to be judged. And if they
And he looks over at Nell and he says, filthy heretic.
then you would either have converted or died. We intervened.
He gets to his feet a little unsteadily, and then goes over to Nell, and it gives her a vicious kick.
We laugh heartily.
And he says, "This is what you deserve, filthy heretic."
Who are they and who are you?
And he's like, "This is what you get for abandoning the Oak Father."
Who's the Oak Father?
Oak Father is like incredulous. Like, who is this guy? Doesn't know who the Oak Father is, right? Like, obviously lives under a rock or something. It's like the Oak Father.
Can you take us to the Oak Father?
The Oak Father is everywhere. By his power, he created everything you see.
Where are you and your friends from?
Take us to your kin.
Yeah. he looks a little wary, but then he's kind of says, "Well, just from over yonder," and he kind of points to the northwest.
Are you very far?
Only a couple of hours, an hour maybe.
You are not the first of your kind they have taken. We saw.
He's
them,
like, "I know, filthy heretic."
We saw them
The sort of
taken
spits on
a
Nell.
few days ago.
It took my cousin the other week.
Yeah, we were unable. We saw them take someone a few days ago, but we were unable to intervene at that time. Just glad we rescued at least you.
He's like, "Yes, thank you. This one will be brought to justice and will suffer." And it's like a little gleam of pleasure in his eyes.
How did they capture you?
I don't remember. I remember nothing.
You don't remember about where you were before?
I was in the forest collecting food, mushrooms. That's all I remember. And I think he says like, because I'm only young, I collect the mushrooms. And you look at him, and he's like, really, he's got this huge grey beard. It looks like he's at least 70 or something in human terms.
If we were to have rid you of this menace, would there be any kind of reward?
Yes, you would have the Oak Father's eternal gratitude for destroying the non-believers.
We were thinking of something a little bit more material.
We have mushrooms,
Do you have any silver?
silver mushrooms.
Yeah, why not? Silver mushrooms probably go for a good price.
What about jewels,
Jewels,
gems,
Perhaps.
like shiny rocks?
perhaps.
Would you take us to your people? Maybe we can talk about this, and me and my friends can have some rest.
Fancy probably needs a loaf of bread by now.
Yeah, I think he's like, "Yes, we will bring this one to be judged by the Oak Father. Let's go." He's all up for it.
Cool. I think we're going, aren't we? Let's go.
Yeah, maybe we can
Yeah.
talk with someone who's not like the youngest.
I think we're going.
There's a town called Oakwood over here.
Ooh.
Bing.
Yeah, new location.